Welcome all my beautiful 6th grade primary school. That's our weekly time for science, and today we will start our first revision for this semester. I remind you, بفكركم تاني, we have studied many interesting lessons. First unit, which contains 2 lessons about the levers and levers law, and second unit, which contains 2 lessons about electricity, conductors and insulators, and also how to deal with electricity. And the third unit, or unit 3, which contains 3 lessons about the celestial bodies or observing space, and also 2 interesting phenomena, which are lunar eclipse and solar eclipse. And the last unit, which contains 1 lesson only, which is the transmission and absorption of water and salts through the plant. So today we will start our first revision for this semester. I know this semester is very short, and I am sure you are very clever students, and you can carry out all the tasks you need to do this revision or to do this semester. And inshallah, God with you, we must concentrate and take care of all what we have studied to take care of this. So let's start this first revision by a very interesting question which you like much, which is the scientific term. So the question says that write the scientific term, and I advise you in this question, please read the first word or the first word carefully, like that. The first question says that levers that contains the fulcrum between effort, force, and resistance. Lever that contains the fulcrum between effort, force, and resistance. Surely they are the first class lever. Again, lever that contains the fulcrum between effort, force, and resistance. Surely they will be first class lever. Another question says that lever that contain the resistance between effort, force, and fulcrum. Surely they will be the second class lever. Okay, so we must concentrate in the midpoint. درسنا في الليفرز ان الميدبوينت هي اهم شيء في الليفرز. So I remind you, افكركم تاني, we have 3 types of lever, which are the first class lever, which contains fulcrum O between R and F. Second class lever, which contains resistance R between F and O. And the third class lever, which contains the effort force F between R and O. So we have a secret word, which is the ORF or ORF. O لو O في النص يبقى first class lever. If R in the middle, it will be second class lever. If F in the middle, it will be the third class lever. So again, the last question of this lever that contain the effort force between the fulcrum and the resistance. Surely they will be the third class lever. Again, lever that contains effort force between fulcrum and resistance, they will be third class lever. Okay, so another question, the fixed point of the rigid bar. Surely it will be the fulcrum or محور الارتكاز. Again, the fixed point of the rigid bar, it will be the fulcrum. Another question of scientific term again, and I advise you again, please read the first word or the first word carefully. The distance between the effort force and the fulcrum. Surely they will be the effort force arm. Again, the distance between the effort force and the fulcrum, it will be the effort force arm. Another question, the distance between the resistance and the fulcrum. Surely they will be the resistance arm. The resistance arm is the distance between the resistance and fulcrum. So what about the effort force arm? Effort force arm, as the last question or the previous question, is the distance between the effort force and the fulcrum. Again, effort force arm is the distance between the effort force and the fulcrum. But what about the resistance arm? The resistance arm is the distance between the resistance and the fulcrum. Another question, a part of the light bulb is made of thin glass and contains an inert gas. Again, a part of the light bulb is made of thin glass and contains an inert gas. Surely it will be the glass bulb. أو الانتفاخ الزجاجي, it's a part of the light bulb which is made of thin glass and contains an inert gas. Please do not be quick in your answer. بلاش تسرع في الإجابة. ممكن جدا حد ياخد باله من السؤال ده يقول tungsten filament. لا، أنا بقول a part of the light bulb made of thin glass جزء مصنوع من ازاز او زجاج رقيق جدا، هو اكيد glass bulb. And contains an inert gas. So what about this inert gas? Surely we know that inert gas is the argon gas. Again, inert gas is the argon gas. So what about the thin glass of the light bulb? It will be the glass bulb. Again, I advise you, please don't be quick in your answer. Please read the question carefully to answer it correctly. Again, read the question carefully to answer it correctly. Another question. A part of the light bulb that is coiled thin wire made of tungsten. Again, a part of the light bulb that is coiled thin wire made of tungsten. Surely it will be the filament of tungsten. The filament of tungsten. And we have a common question, especially in all exams. This question says that give reason, give reason. Let me write this question. Give reason. نكتب مع بعض. Give reason. Okay, give reason. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. Why we choose the tungsten element to make the light bulb filament? ليه اخترنا tungsten عشان نعمل بيه الفيلامنت of the light bulb? Why? Why is tungsten is preferred in manufacturing or in making the filament of the light bulb? So let me write this question to record this question at your paper. Okay, give reason. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. Why is it made of tungsten? Surely the answer would be that because tungsten has what? Has high melting point. Because tungsten has high melting point. That's a very important and common question at the same time. سؤال مهم جدا ومشهور جدا في نفس الوقت. It will be found in most exams that you will answer in this period inshallah. So again, the filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. Why? Because tungsten has high melting point. Because tungsten has high melting point. So let's go back again for our questions this semester or this episode. Today we have a very important collection of questions. Please concentrate, and if possible you can write this question. If possible you can record this episode, because these questions are very important questions. They will help you in the exam, God willing, inshallah. So another question, but we have a caller from Cairo, Nada Ayman from Cairo. Hello Nada. Ayman, sorry, Ayman from Cairo. Ayman. Hello Ayman. Hello. Ayman, please turn off the TV, please. Ayman, please turn off the TV. Turn off the TV. You can hear us from the telephone, not from television.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay, Ayman?
Okay.
Okay, Ayman. Hello, Ayman.
Hello.
How is science with you? أيوة Ayman. How is science with you?
Yes.
How is science with you? Science سهل يا Ayman? Okay. You want to be asked, Ayman, or you have a question? You want to be asked? Okay. So you will have a question now on the monitors. The question says that write scientific term. It's a closed and continuous path through which the electric current will pass. Again, Ayman, you will see the question now on the monitor. It's a closed and continuous path. It's a closed and continuous path through which the electric current will pass. It's a definition, Ayman.
Electric circuit.
Electric circuit, surely Ayman, excellent. It will be the electric circuit أو الدائرة الكهربائية. So another question for you, Ayman. The way where the bulbs are connected in branching roots. The way where the bulbs are connected in branching roots. Parallel connection, surely, excellent, Ayman. It will be the parallel connection. Ayman, can you tell me why parallel connection is preferred than series connection? Why? Or give reason parallel connection is preferred. ليه بنفضل البارallel عن السيريز أيمن؟ Again, give reason. Okay, give reason. Parallel connection is preferred than series connection.
Because branching root.
Because it contains branching root. Excellent. And what else? We have another answer, Ayman. Okay? I will write this question for you, Ayman. Okay? The question says that give reason, parallel connection, parallel. Let us write this question. Parallel connection is preferred. ليه هو مفضل is preferred. Okay, so the answer will be that because in parallel connection, in case of parallel connection, if one lamp turns off, all the other lamps still give out light. Okay, Ayman?
Okay.
Okay, so if one lamp turns off, all the other lamps aren't affected and still giving out light. So parallel connection is preferred because each lamp in this connection works independently. تشتغل باستقلال. لو أي لمبة اتحرقت أو اتطفت أو اتكسرت أو all the other lamps aren't affected. باقي اللمبات ما بتتأثرش. So again, another question for you, Ayman. Another question. The question says that the American scientist, it's a question of scientific term again. The American scientist who invented the light bulb. The American scientist who invented the light bulb. It's easy, Ayman. It's an easy question.
Archimedes.
No, Ayman, wrong. The American scientist who invented the light bulb, not the scientist who described the levers. Archimedes was a scientist who described the lever. Here I want the scientist, the great scientist who invented the light bulb and many great inventions in electricity and physics. It will be Thomas Alva Edison, Ayman. Okay? Ayman? Okay, so the American scientist who invented the light bulb, it will be Thomas Alva Edison. Thank you, Ayman, for your participation. And wait for us today. We have a very important selection of questions. Wait for all this question, and if possible, you can record this question, Ayman. Okay? Okay, thank you, Ayman. So another question of scientific term. The scientist who described the lever. Surely it will be, like Ayman answered now, Archimedes is scientist who described the levers. Another question, or another type of question. Complete the following sentences. And in this question, I advise you, please read the question till the end word. لازم أقرأ السؤال لآخر كلمة فيه. Because you may need a certain arrangement. يمكن تحتاج ترتيب معين في answer أو في الكلمات اللي بتكتبها في complete the following sentence. Again, you must read all the question till the end word. So let's start with the first question. Nutcracker and bottle opener are considered from the point class lever. Again, nutcracker and bottle opener are considered from point class lever. Surely they will be the second class lever. It contains nutcracker, bottle opener, and also the wheelbarrow. And we know that second class lever is the best type. So we have a give reason question in this point. The question says that give reason, second class lever are the best type. Or second class lever has a mechanical benefit. Or another way, or another word بطريقة تانية أو بكلمات أخرى, we can say that the second class lever has a mechanical benefit. So all these questions have one answer only. Okay, so now we have another caller from Cairo, which is Mariam. Hello, Mariam.
Hello, mister.
Okay, how is science with you, Mariam?
It's good.
Okay. So Mariam, I have a give reason question for you. I will write it now. The question says that give reason. Okay.
Yeah.
Second class levers
Okay.
are, okay, Mariam, are the best type. The best type of lever. Why, Mariam?
Because it converts effort.
Because it conserves effort. So why it conserves effort?
Because in second class lever, because in second class lever,
Yeah.
the effort arm is longer than the resistance arm.
Surely, excellent. So we can say that because it conserves effort, as effort force arm is always longer than, or bigger than, or longer than, or greater than the resistance arm. Okay, Mariam?
Okay.
So that's right. So now we will have a question from our question today. But again, I will read the question again. The question says that second class lever is the best type, or second class lever has a mechanical benefit, or second class lever is a conserve effort, or is the best type, or is preferred in using in our daily life. Why? Because a conserve effort, as the effort force arm is longer than, or is always longer than, the resistance arm. So another question for you, Mariam.
Okay.
The question says that complete the following sentence. The electric shock occurs as a result of passing the points through the human body.
So the electricity.
The electricity or the electric current, okay? So it's the
Okay.
same answer, electricity or the electric current. So again, the electric shock occurs as a result of passing the electric current through the human body. Another question for you, Mariam.
Okay.
Force by its arm equal what by what?
Resistance by its arm.
Resistance by its arm. Surely, force by its arm equal resistance by its arm. Another question for you, Mariam, because you are excellent pupil.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the question says, or another type of question, choose the correct answer. And I advise you, please read all the choices. لازم أقرأ كل الاختيارات, because maybe there are two correct answer, or three correct answer, or all of them are correct. Okay? So
Okay.
again, in this question, we must concentrate and read all the choices. The first question says that all the following are the third class lever except wheelbarrow, fish hook, manual broom, sweet holder. Again,
Wheelbarrow.
all the following are the third class lever except wheelbarrow, fish hook, manual broom, sweet holder. Surely, Mariam, excellent. It will be the wheelbarrow. Wheelbarrow is a second class lever, not the third class lever. So the question says again, all the following are the third class lever except the wheelbarrow. Except what? The wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow.
Okay, another question, and will be the last question for you, Mariam, okay?
Okay.
Okay, all the following gases are used in the electric lamps except argon, neon, xenon, atmospheric air.
Atmospheric air.
Why, Mariam?
Because we use oxygen gas, argon gas, and the neon and the xenon.
Because argon, neon, xenon, radon, all of them are inert
Used
gas.
in the
But what
electric-
about atmospheric air? Why we don't use atmospheric air in the electric lamp?
Because if we use the atmospheric air,
Yeah.
the filament will burn.
Yeah, because atmospheric air contains oxygen gas that increase burning and helps burning, as we know from primary 4. And surely the filament of tungsten, or the filament of tungsten, will burn immediately. So thank you, Mariam, for your participation, and wait for us today. You have a very important collection of questions. It may help you, inshallah, in your exam. So another question says that all the following conduct electricity except, all the following conduct electricity except iron, copper, cloth, aluminium. Again, all the following conduct electricity except iron, copper, aluminium, cloth. We know that iron, copper, and aluminium are metals, and we know that all metals are conductive electricity, even if the mercury, حتى الميركوري نفسه برضه بيوصل الكهرباء. So the answer will be now the cloth. The cloth is the only thing here that doesn't conduct electricity. So another question. The partial solar eclipse appears in the area of umbra, penumbra, negative shadow, and tempera. Again, the partial solar eclipse appears in the area of umbra, penumbra, negative shadow, and tempera. Surely the answer will be that the penumbra. We know that partial occurs in the penumbra, but the annular eclipse occurs in the antumbra. Again, the partial occurs in the penumbra area of the moon. Another question. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten, copper, lead, iron. Surely it will be the tungsten. Again, the filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. Why? Or give reason, as I said before, because tungsten has high melting point. Because tungsten has high melting point. Another question. When we connect more than one bulb in parallel, an electric source, the lighting of the bulbs, again concentrate in this question, it's a long question but it's very intelligent question. Okay, when we connect more than one bulb in the parallel, an electric source, the lighting of the bulbs are decreases, increases, doesn't change, A, B, and C. Again, when you connect more than one bulb in parallel, an electric source, the lighting of the bulbs decreases or increases or doesn't change, or A, B, and C. Surely the electric or the intensity of lighting, شدة الإضاءة, doesn't change because they are connected in parallel. So that's a reason for what we use the parallel connection at our home. ليه بنستخدم البارallel connection في منازلنا because it has many advantages. ليه مميزات كتير جدا than the series connection. That's one of them. What is it? It's that the lighting of the bulbs doesn't change if we increase the lamp. If we connect more than one lamp in electric source, the lighting of the bulbs doesn't change. الإضاءة ما بتتغيرش أو ما بتقلش مهما زودنا the number of the lamps. So again, when you connect more than one bulb in parallel, an electric source, the lighting of the bulbs doesn't change. So what happens if you connect more than one bulb in series? Surely the answer will be decreases. في حالة السيريز هتكون الانسر decreases. الإضاءة هتقل. Another question. The first class lever differs from the second class lever in what? Surely we know that all class levers differs in the position of the midpoint. So we have many answers. The absence of the active force, the presence of a fixed point, the position of the fulcrum, the presence of the resistance. So surely the answer will be that the position of the fulcrum. مكان الفulcrum فين? If it's in the middle, it will be the first class lever. If the resistance in the middle, it will be second class lever. If effort force in the middle, it will be the third class lever. So again, first class lever differs from the second class lever in the position of the fulcrum. Another question. When the moon comes between the sun and the earth, what happened? Tornado. We don't know what about tornado. Solar eclipse. No, yes, we have studied this lesson. Lunar eclipse, tsunami. Surely, what happened when the moon comes in the middle between sun and the earth? It will be the solar eclipse. Again, it will be the solar eclipse. Again, when the moon comes between the sun and the earth, it will be the solar eclipse. Another question says that the filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten because it has low density, it has low melting point, it has high melting point, it reacts with oxygen. Again, the filament of the light bulb, surely it's a very common question as I said before, and it's an easy question at the same time. The filament of the light bulb is made of tungsten because it has low density, it has low melting point, it has high melting point, it reacts with oxygen. Surely the answer will be that it has high melting point. It has high melting point. Another question. Tweezers is considered as a third class lever. Tweezers considered as a third class lever because the fulcrum is between the effort force and the resistance. The effort force is between the resistance and fulcrum. The resistance force is between the effort force and fulcrum. The resistance force and the effort force affect on the same point. Surely we know the answer. It says the third class lever. What about this third class lever? We know that third class lever contains effort force between the resistance and the fulcrum. So the answer will be that because effort force is between the resistance and the fulcrum. Again, third class lever. All examples of third class levers because the effort force is between the resistance force and the fulcrum. Another question. To observe the solar eclipse safely, you should wear special glasses, heavy clothes, medical glasses, lenses. Again, to observe the solar eclipse safely, you should wear special glasses, heavy clothes, medical glasses, lenses. Surely we must wear special glasses for the solar eclipse, because we know that it's a very dangerous phenomenon. It can cause blindness to the eye because it produces ultraviolet radiation and also infrared radiation, which may affect the retina of the eye, شبكية العين, and may cause blindness. So again, we must wear special glasses to observe the solar eclipse because it's a very dangerous phenomenon. Another question. Each stoma has 2 point cells. Each stoma has 2 what cells? We know that the stoma is an opening in the plant leaf that by it lose water, or it's an opening in the plant leaf to get out the excess water. هي فتحات في أوراق النبات بتخرج المياه الزيادة. So each stoma is surrounded by what, or has 2 what cells? Animal cells, or guard cells, or absorbing cells, or Wuji cells. Surely the answer will be that guard cells, 2 guard cells أو خلايا حارسة. Why? Give reason. Each stoma has 2 guard cells. Let me write this question because it's very important. Give reason. نكتب مع بعض. Give reason why each stoma in the plant has 2 guard cells, or give reason. Each stoma or stomata. Stoma is the singular, but stomata is the plural. Each stoma has 2 guard cells. Why each stoma has 2 guard cells? Because, or to control the opening or closing the stoma. Again, to control the opening or closing the stoma. So again, each stoma has 2 guard cells to control the opening or closing and the stoma. So now we have another caller from Cairo, Muhammad from Cairo. Hello? Hello, Muhammad.
Hello?
How is science with you, Muhammad?
Hello?
Muhammad? How is science with you?
It's very easy.
Okay, very easy, not easy. Okay, so Muhammad,
No, very easy, very easy.
Very easy, okay. You have finished all your syllabus this semester? You have finished all science syllabus? خلصت المنهج؟
Yes.
Yeah, خلصت المنهج. Okay. So I have a question for you, Muhammad. It will be the complete the following question. You will see it on the monitor now. Which of the following is the second class lever? Sweet holder. Wait, Muhammad, wait. Read the question carefully. It's a choose, not complete. Sorry, Muhammad. It's a choose from practice, or a choose the correct answer. Which of the following is the second class lever? Sweet holder, wheelbarrow, seesaw, hockey pad.
Second class lever, wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow. Concentrate, Muhammad. أكد. Okay. Very good, Muhammad. Excellent. So, which of the following is the second class lever? It will be the wheelbarrow. So, Muhammad, what about sweet holder?
Sweet holder is third class lever.
Yeah. So, what about seesaw?
Seesaw is first class lever.
So, what about the last one, hockey pad?
Hockey pad is third
class lever. Excellent, Muhammad. Muhammad, what is the best type of lever? What is the best type of lever?
Best type of lever is second.
Why? Give reason. Give reason. Second class lever is the best type of lever.
Okay. Because it always saves effort.
Because it always saves effort. Why it saves effort? Because it has what?
It always saves effort. It's second.
Yeah, it always saves effort. I know that. Why second class lever always save effort? Because it has effort force arm or resistance arm.
Because effort arm is longer than resistance arm.
Because it has effort force arm longer than the resistance arm. So another question for you, Muhammad.
Okay.
The question of choose the correct answer again. Plugging many machines to the same socket causes electrical overload, heating up the wires, fire, AP, and
electric fire.
Please, Muhammad, concentrate in this question. It's a very easy question, and I'm sure you will answer it correctly. Again, Muhammad, نشوف السؤال مع بعض. The question says that plugging many machine to one socket may cause electrical overload, heating up the wire, fire, A, B, and C.
A, B, C.
Surely, excellent, Muhammad. أيوة كده. Plugging many machine to one socket may cause electric overload. That's right. Heating up the wire, that's also right. Fire, that's also right. So the answer will be that A, B, and C.
A, B, C,
Again, plugging many machines to one socket may cause all the danger of electricity we have studied: electric overload, heating up the wire, and maybe fire. So another question for you, Muhammad.
Okay.
In the under solar eclipse, the moon size appears point to the size of the sun: larger than, smaller than, equal to, more tiny than. In the annular.
Annular?
Hmm?
Equal to?
No, equal to.
No,
So I will not see the
smaller.
sun all at all.
Smaller.
Smaller than. So the answer will be that smaller than the size of the sun. The last question for you, Muhammad.
Okay.
The lunar eclipse occurs in the point of the lunar month: in the middle, in the end, in the beginning, in the first 3 days.
In the middle.
In the middle. So again, lunar eclipse occurs in the middle of the lunar month. خسوف القمر بيحصل في منتصف الشهر القمري. Again, lunar month, or the middle of lunar month, we have a very interesting phenomena, which is the lunar eclipse. So thank you, Muhammad, for your participation, and wait for us today. Okay, let's return back to our questions this semester. We have many important questions. Please concentrate and be very active in answering all these questions. So another question in the choose the correct answer, and I advise you again, please read all the choices. The question says that during the start of total lunar eclipse, again, during the start of total lunar eclipse, the color of the moon tends to be gray, yellow, orange, red. Again, during the start of the total lunar eclipse, the color of the moon tends to be gray, yellow, orange, red. Surely it will be red in color. Again, it will be red. Another question, or another type of question, it will be give reason question. Give reason. The first question says that sometimes first class liver save efforts. Sometimes first class liver saves effort. أحيانا بتوفر مجهود. But we know that the best type, or the type of liver which always save effort, is the second type, or second class liver. So what about the first class liver? It sometimes save effort and sometimes not. Why? Because, or when the effort force arm is longer than the resistance arm, it will save effort. So what about if the effort force arm is shorter than the resistance arm? It will not save effort. يبقى لو عندها effort force arm أطول من resistance arm, it will be or it will save effort, or it will has mechanical benefit, or it will be the best type. هتكون نوع كويس جدا. لكن لو effort force arm shorter than the resistance arm, it will not save effort. Why? Because we have one condition for the lever to save effort. What is this condition? Is that the effort force arm is longer than the resistance arm. Effort force arm is longer than the resistance arm. Another question. Give reason also. The presence of two pieces of lead in the electric lamp. The presence of two pieces of lead in the electric lamp. So what is its function? The function of the two pieces of lead: to connect electricity to the two copper wires. To connect electricity to the two copper and lead wires. Surely, again, the presence of two pieces of lead in the electric lamp to connect electricity to the two copper and lead wires. Another question. You mustn't look directly at the sun during the solar eclipse. You mustn't look directly at the sun during the electric or the solar eclipse. Again, you mustn't look directly at the sun during the phenomena of the solar eclipse. Why? Because the sun produces many harmful rays that may cause harm your eye. So again, to protect my eye from blindness, it's a very simple answer, or we can say that to avoid the harmful radiation such as ultraviolet and infrared that come out from the sun. So now we have another caller from الغربية, Ahmed.
Hello.
Hello, Ahmed.
Hi.
Hi, Ahmed. How is science with you?
It's easy.
It's easy. Okay, Ahmed. You have a question, Ahmed, or you want to be asked?
No, I want to be asked.
Okay, Ahmed, you will have a question now. It will be a new type of question today. It will, what happened? What happened if, or what happened? Okay, Ahmed, the question says that, what happened if the electric lamp contains atmospheric air?
The filament will be burned.
The filament will burn immediately. Very good, Ahmed. The tungsten filament will burn immediately. So another question for you, Ahmed. What happened also? What happened if the filament of the light bulb is made of iron? What happened if the filament of the light bulb is made of iron? We know that the filament is made of what, Ahmed?
Tungsten.
Tungsten. So what happened if we replace tungsten with iron? اللي يحصل لو بدلنا التungsten بالايرن. Okay, Ahmed, I will give you some numbers, some values. Okay, Ahmed? Concentrate with me. نكتب مع بعض. The melting point, melting point of iron is about 1200 Celsius. Okay? So what about the melting point of the tungsten? It's about 3400 Celsius. So which one is bigger, Ahmed?
The
Tungsten, surely. So we use tungsten. Why? Because it has high melting point. So what about? Okay. So what about if we replace it with iron? The iron will what? هيحصل ايه iron?
The filament will not emit.
The filament will burn. The filament will burn. الحديد مش هيستحمل يا احمد. اوكي. احمد هو الارقام دي اوريدي مش عندنا في المنهج، بس عشان نفهم بس يعني ايه tungsten has high melting point. We know that or extra information معلومات زياده احمد. Iron has 1200 Celsius melting point. Tungsten has 3400 Celsius melting point. So which one is higher? You said tungsten. All tungsten. So what happened if we replace tungsten with iron? The filament will burn immediately. The filament will burn or will melt at the high temperature. So let us see the answer on the monitor now. The question says that if we replace, or what happened if the filament of the light bulb is made of iron? The answer, Ahmed, ممكن نقراها.
The filament will melt at a high temperature.
Very good, Ahmed. Excellent. So if we replace the tungsten with iron, the filament will melt at high temperature because iron can't resist the high temperature. الحديد مش هيستحمل حرارة عالية قوي لللامب. لكن tungsten can resist the high temperature. Another question for you, Ahmed. What happens if a man like you touches uncovered wire carrying current?
The electric shock will be.
It will cause electric shock.
Electric shock and the electric current will flow through his body.
Okay, Ahmed, it will be a long answer. So we have a simple answer here. He will be shocked by an electric shock. He will be shocked by an electric shock. Another question for you, Ahmed. It's a problem of lever. You are good at math, Ahmed?
Yes.
Okay, so the question says that if a boy sits on a seesaw, its weight is 250 Newton at a distance about 100 centimeter from the fulcrum, and a girl sits on the other side, her weight is 200 Newton. Calculate the distance suitable to seat this girl to make balance. Okay, Ahmed? First step، أول خطوة يا أحمد في الليفرز نعمل إيه؟
We will write the law of
We must write the law. Excellent, Ahmed. So the law of lever says that effort force by effort force arm equal resistance by resistance arm. Okay? So Ahmed, the effort force here is the weight of the boy. It will be 250 Newton. And the effort force arm is 100 centimeter. 100 centimeter. And the resistance is the weight of the girl. It will be 200 Newton. So here I want the resistance arm. Okay, Ahmed? It isn't here. I want the resistance arm. It's demanded. So the rule says that resistance arm equal
250
yeah, 250 by 100 divide
200.
Very good, Ahmed. Excellent. So we can omit 2 zeros with this 2 zeros, and 250 divide 2 equal 125. What, Ahmed? Centimeter or Newton?
Centimeter.
Yeah, surely. We have Newton with Newton and centimeter with centimeter. Surely it will be 125 centimeters. Excellent, Ahmed. You have answered the most difficult questions this episode, the levers problem, and also the questions of how or why, or what happens, sorry, if we replace the tungsten with the iron element. Okay? Thank you, Ahmed, for your participation, and wait for us today. We have many interesting and important questions at the same time. Thank you very much. So another question says that a long uniform metallic bar, it's a question of levers or a problem of levers, is hanging from its midpoint. A force of 40 Newton exerted at 5 centimeters. From this midpoint, find the width which must be hanged at 25 centimeters to make the bar get balanced. So the first step, بنشوف دايما مسائل الليفر شكلها كبير قوي، لكن please don't be afraid from this problem. It's very easy. The first step is to write the law. أول خطوة أكتب a law. The law says that effort force by effort force arm equal the resistance by resistance arm. It's a very easy law. So what about the effort force here? The question says that along the uniform metallic bar is hanged from its midpoint a force of 40 Newton. Force of 40 Newton is exerted at 5 centimeters. Exert at 5 centimeters. So it is the effort force arm. From this midpoint, find the width. Find the width. So it will be the resistance, the force, which must be hanged at 25 centimeters. 25 centimeters. It will be the resistance arm. 25 centimeters. To make the bar get balanced. So again, we want here the resistance force. The resistance force. So surely the resistance force equal 40 by 5 divided by 25. So we can make abbreviation. Divide 5 equal 1. Divide 5 equal 5. Another abbreviation. Divide 5 equal 1. Divide 5 equal 8. So resistance will be 8 what? 8 Newton. Because we know that the effort force and the resistance are measured by Newton. But the effort force arm and the resistance arm are measured by centimeter or meter. So again, the problem of levers or the levers problem are very easy. First step, you must write the law. Second step, you must write the values found in the problem, and you will find one value will be absent. هتلاقي بس قيمة واحدة هي اللي مش موجودة, and you can answer or you can solve this problem by crossing multiplication, which you have studied in mathematics. So again, problems of levers are very easy and very important at the same time. So let us have another question. The question says that the length of the force arm of a crowbar is 100 centimeters, and the length of the resistance arm is 15 centimeters. If the value of the resistance equal 400 Newton, calculate the value of the effort force and mention the type of the lever. Here we have an extra question. في سؤال تاني إضافي غير البروبلم. هو عايز مني the type of the lever, نوع الليفر. So let's answer these questions by the first step, which is what? Surely writing the lever's law. نكتب lever's law. The lever law says what? Effort force by effort force arm equal resistance by resistance arm. It's a very easy law, but it's a very important at the same time. So let's write effort force by effort force arm equal resistance by resistance arm. And now we can write the value found in the problem. The length of the force arm, the problem says that the length of the force arm of a crowbar is 100 centimeters. Where is the force arm here? I can write 100 centimeters here. And the length of the resistance arm is 15 centimeters. Where is resistance arm? It will be here. 15 centimeters. Sorry, 15 centimeters. Here I have pi equal pi. And the value of the resistance is 400 Newton. Resistance will be here. 400 Newton. So surely he will ask me to find what? To find the effort force. The effort force isn't here or is demand. هي مطلوبة, هي مش موجودة في البروبلم ده. So what about the effort force? Effort force equal what? Effort force equal 400 by 15 divide 100. So the answer will be surely we can omit 2 zeros by 2 zeros or abbreviate 2 zeros with the 2 zeros. 4 by 15 equal 60. 60 what? 60 F or effort force is like the resistance as we know, it will be Newton. It will be Newton. So here I have extra question. في سؤال تاني إضافي في البروبلم ديت بيقول لي mention the type of the lever. اذكر نوع lever. So how can we determine the type of lever? The question says that it's a crowbar. هي عتلة. And we know that crowbar is a first class lever. Crowbar again is a first class lever. And also we can concentrate in the arms. Concentrate in the arms. Look here in the problem. شوف مع بعض answering this problem. I have effort force arm 100 centimeter. Resistance arm 15 centimeter. Which one is longer? Which one is longer? Effort force arm or resistance arm? Surely it will be effort force arm. So if effort force arm is longer than resistance arm, it may be second class lever or first class lever. But the question says again it's a crowbar. هي عتلة. So surely it will be the first class lever. So we can write as this problem it will be the first class lever. First class lever. Okay, so again the problem of levers are very easy and interesting at the same time, and we can answer it by two steps only. First step is to write the law. Second step is to write the values found in the problem, and also to answer the problem by crossing multiplication, which we have studied in mathematics. So another question of problem or another problem of levers. The question says that in the second class lever the effort force is 150 Newton. The length of the force arm equal 20 centimeter and the resistance 300 Newton. Calculate the resistance arm. So surely to answer this problem we must write what at first? We must write the effort, or must write the lever's law. Effort force, as we know, نكتب مع بعض effort force equal effort force arm, or by effort force arm equal resistance by resistance arm. Okay, so what about effort force? Here effort force equal 150 Newton. By what? The length of the force arm is 20 centimeter. Okay, 20 centimeter and 150 Newton equal the resistance is 300 Newton. The resistance is 300 Newton. So here he asked me to calculate the resistance arm. The resistance arm. Surely the resistance arm will be what? Will be 150 by 20 divide 300. So we can omit two zeros with the two zeros. Divide 3 equal 1, divide 3 equal 5. So surely the answer will be 5 by 2 equal 10. 10 what? 10 centimeter as usual, because we know that effort force arm and resistance arm are measured by centimeter or meter. So here is centimeter, so resistance arm must be centimeter also. So again we can answer the problems of lever easily, and I know that all of you use the calculator. It's a very useful device or tool we use today, but we can answer with the timetable which we have kept or which we have studied in the last years in mathematics. So again another type of question which is the write the scientific term, and I advise you again in this question, please read the first word or the first two words carefully. Okay, levers that contain the fulcrum between effort force and resistance. Levers that contain the fulcrum between effort force and resistance. Surely it will be the first class lever. We know that first class lever contains the effort force, sorry, the fulcrum between effort force and the resistance. So what about the second questions? Lever that contains the resistance between effort force and fulcrum. It will be the second class lever. So the next question will be the lever that contain the effort force between the fulcrum and the resistance. It will be the third class lever. Okay, it will be the third class lever. Another question says that fixed point of the rigid bar, fixed point of the rigid bar, it will be the fulcrum. It will be the fulcrum. Another point, or the fixed point of the rigid bar, it will be the fulcrum. So by this question, I'm afraid we have reached the end of this episode, and God willing, we will have another episode next week at the same time at 4 o'clock on Thursday. We also will have a very important collection of questions of what we have studied this semester. Please wait for us, and inshallah we will have a very useful and important questions next week, inshallah. Thank you and good